Hey guys, today I'm going to walk through 12 2x2 solves, scrambles that have no bars at all on them. These were all pretty much just hand-picked from my session around a year or two ago, and I've only done this set twice, so these also aren't really rehearsed or anything, as you'll see, and they're pretty much just brand new to me because I haven't done them in a long time. But yes, I'm going to do 12. I'm going to post those as well as the other 50 in the description, so you can practice those if you want. They're good for just trying out hard scrambles. And also check out the description. I'm gonna try to do a few solve analysis videos, or well, one video with a few solve analysis. Not sure how it's gonna work exactly, but I figure it's something I can try considering I have some time now. So yeah, check that out and enjoy the video. So on the first one here, I immediately just start kind of rotating through the colors in my head. So I'd go with white first, and even though it kind of looks promising for me because I notice I can make one move and get this up here, and then usually if the white goes up here, there's something kind of creative I can do. But in this case, you can, there's definitely something I can one look, but it'd be kind of awkward to continue from there. Blue's kind of the same way, you know, you can make one move and get to something you're familiar with, but it's not at a good angle. You know, if you did like an EG1, your bar would be on the right, and so you kind of have to figure something out for that. Probably what I would do is use yellow here, because after you make the one move to make the bar here, it's a pretty familiar sort of setup. There's a few different ways you can finish off from there, and then I'd probably end up doing something like this, and it's a little weird to finger check like you do sort of a B prime, but after that, it's a pretty easy case, so that wouldn't really be a bad solve as long as I found that solution. So here on the second one, it's immediately looking a little better. I would see basically that you can pair these yellow and green pieces together to make a bar there, and then it seems as though that they're pretty much the same face on the yellow and green from there. And sometimes on these, on no bar scrambles, I won't always go for the shortest face, so I'll also try to go for like a longer CLL scramble or something. So like I might, oh okay, well that would allow to escape, so that would have been pretty good. But yeah, something like that where for me it's not that difficult to one look because like everything's kind of staying in front of me. It's a lot of like R's and U's and stuff. So that's like, if you're in a sort of an advanced level, that's something you can kind of try to do a lot, because usually when you force CLL, you get a better case, because in general CLL cases are better. So even if it's a long CLL there, there's usually a payoff at the end that you can try to get to. But besides that, if I hadn't seen that skip, because I don't know if I would have or not, you can do on yellow sort of something like this. So before you put do an F prime like that, you do a R prime, and then when you do the F prime, it's really easy to insert the rest. And then after, you can also combine that with a little bit of the cancellation, so this solve would actually be pretty good either way. So do something like this, and go right into the EG1. So that would have been a pretty nice scramble. So on this, even though there's no bars, I would check out something like these diagonal blues, because for me, depending on what it is, like it might be an easy TCLL, or there might be like a nice 5 or 6 mover to CLL or something like I can one look pretty simply. But here it doesn't really look like that's the case, so I would just go back to iterating through like the white, blue, orange, green, red, yellow stuff. And so I don't see anything on white or blue, like I just said. Orange seems to not be great either. And then, so it seems like green, there's definitely a 3 move face that I can do by doing something like, and so that's, so after that I kind of notice where I see the bar is going to be for EG1, because I notice it's going to be an EG1 face, and then I would kind of position myself. But here I see I can either do it like in sort of an F prime UR, and I'd get this case, or I can do a UFR, and then I would get a different case. So, and then I would kind of choose whatever one was better in that scenario. I'd have to look into it more, but it gives you 2 options there, and it's a pretty fast case, pretty fast layer, so that'd be both good options. So now for the 4th one. Here I would kind of, there's definitely stuff I could do on white. Like I might do something like, which is definitely a long face that I wouldn't recommend doing unless you don't see anything else at all. So here I would definitely keep looking. Blue, okay, yeah, it seems like there's some good stuff now. So on blue, I would have a 2 move to TCLL here, which would be pretty nice. If you're not doing TCLL though, you can do something on red here. So after you make this bar, you can do 2 more moves, and then you would have an EG1. But also something here that I would be checking out is because of the neat position that you have here. Before you do that, these 3 moves, if you do an F2, or in this case I'm kind of rotate and do an R2, these pieces are going to swap places, and then you're going to end up with a CLL instead, with a pretty nice case. So that's something you can take advantage of, is trying to force a CLL instead of an EG1. So here for the 5th one. This one's looking kind of strange. I would probably do something on white here. I notice that I could pair this white up with this white, and then I would have a 3 move face again. And then if you do LEG1, there's actually kind of a cancellation needed. So even though a lot of these don't have bars, there's still a lot of room for like cancellations and stuff, just with the more solutions you check. But yeah, I do something like that, which is just a nice 3 move face, even if you just know EG1. So now for the 6th one. Again, sort of starting with white, nothing really good there. We're on blue. Orange, something that's kind of uncomfortable, and I might try it. Green is something, I know, so I can do this, and then kind of worst case scenario, I can always one look something like that, so I keep that in the back of my mind. Red's not looking too good either, so yeah, nothing's looking too great on this scramble. So I would, what color did I say I would do? I'll probably go back to green and do something like this and just create an EG1 layer and then just deal with it, whatever case I have. So it's not every scramble can really be that great. Sometimes you just have to salvage it because you don't find anything in time. But in that case, I would still be able to one look it, so it wouldn't be that bad of a solve. So here I see 2 pretty good options. So on white, you can do an R prime U2 F prime, and then you're going to get a pretty good EG1 right there, so that'd be pretty fast. Also, when you're doing that, you see when you prep these white and green pieces, you also notice that the other green pieces are here. And before you did that move, if you did an R and then your F prime, you could move down like that, and then you would have CLL to deal with. So in that case, it would probably be better to do the EG1, but just to know that you also have an option for CLL. So now on this one, oh, okay, right here I definitely see some TCLL I could do. I can either do something like that, 2 moves to there, or 2 moves on this side, which would probably be a better case. Those are definitely something that I could do if you know TCLL, and that's one of the advantages, like on a lot of these scrambles with no bars, there is often a pretty good case for that. But if you don't want to do that, you could probably do something like a longer CLL layer based on that. But there's other stuff you could do as well. I just had something a moment ago. So on yellow, this is something I'll do a decent amount of the time. There's a way that you can like insert these in 2 corners when you have these opposite ones here, and just like 4 or 5 moves or something. So you do like R prime F U R, and so you would get another EG1 case there, and it'd be a solve that'd just be kind of salvageable, even though it sounded like rain. But yeah, that's a case where TCLL would be very useful. So moving on to this one. let's start with white, and here's a pretty, that's actually pretty strange. A pretty similar case to the one I showed earlier, but you get this EG1 after you do that 3-move, kind of not very noticeable face on white. But I probably keep looking because that doesn't seem like a very good option. But I also keep that in the back of my head knowing that I have that solution. Actually, it looks like here on white you can do a 3-move to CLO, which is actually going to be very nice because you just get anti-scene from there. So that would have been a good if I found it in time, but it was one of the later solutions I checked, so I may or may not have gotten that, I'm not really sure. Now on to the 10th one. I'd maybe check out white a little because there's a few things I could do if I needed to. I noticed I can kind of force an EG2 by doing something like that, but not the most preferable, so I would keep looking in that scenario. And then I see something like, oh, I can put these two together and make a bar, so I should probably check out something like that. And then here I could create a TCL if I needed to. And there's also another long kind of EG1 I could do if I wanted. Here I would probably, personally I would do that TCLL, I would say, because that's pretty easy to check out. But if you don't know how to do TCLL, I'd probably go with the white because it's kind of straightforward in terms of one looking, and you can either do EG2 or try to do anti-CLL. For here, the 11th one, I immediately see on white I can do a 3-move similar to what I've kind of showed earlier. Something like that you can mess around with. Blue, you kind of get something that I've similar to CLL I was showing, but now with an EG1 where you do like R F prime R2. So that's definitely a solution that I would check out because it's pretty short, decent case and a good angle. And I don't seem to be finding too much else here. So on that scramble, that's probably what I would go with on blue. So the last one here, the 12th scramble. The white doesn't seem very good, so I'd keep looking for blue. Not good either. So I guess on here I would actually have to do white because nothing else really seems to be that good. And I could basically just do something like that. That's really the only spot I found that I could do anything really decent, and I'd probably just go with that and just try to turn fast and not mess up and get a decent solve.